Um, the reason I started All Wheels Up was so, people who use wheelchairs could have safe and dignified, accessible air travel. And I'm just really excited to see the progress being made.
Throughout the 2 days, as you think about things, learn about things, and you think, boy, here's something that really needs to happen in the near future.
Many of you in this room already know me. I'm the president and founder of All Wheels Up, and we are over 13 years old, which is actually really hard to believe because my son, who the reason I started it, is now 16. So it kind of gives you an idea of how long we've been doing this. It really actually didn't hit me until I was actually putting this presentation together for you that I keep saying to everybody, 10 years. And I'm like, actually, we've been at it longer than that. So it's actually really wonderful. But I'm also like, wow, it's, we've made a lot of progress in 13 years.
This conference is very important. It's great to see all the different stakeholders on this issue, but meeting together, talking, throwing out different ideas or solutions or suggestions. And I think that's the way we make real progress.
We're seeing story after story of the challenges people with disabilities are having with air travel. And people with disabilities are, in my country, in Canada, 22% of the population. It's not a small number, and they have the right to travel with dignity and safety. And it's time we solve some of the problems.
Senator Duckworth, and thanks for being a part of this. If we didn't have you, who would be our voice?
Well, I think there's a lot of organizations like this, Wheels Up and other organizations are the voice. They're the ones who lobby in Congress, and I'm really pleased that I get to be on the legislative side to listen to those voices so that we can pass legislation and regulations.
For me, really, is how can we encourage further innovation in this space to respond to your needs, and understanding that given comments by the Secretary of Transportation, given the advocacy around this, we know it's going to happen. The question is when.
Hello, and thank you to All Wheels Up for inviting me back to speak with you once again. And thank you also for your continued work to make air travel safer and more accessible for people with disabilities.
To me, because right now people with disabilities we're not able to access and explore so many parts of the world, and I think it's unacceptable, accessible.
And it's something that I had heard from people before, a wheelchair space on the airplane. But I think the difference with her is that she took action and developed a program that has yielded some very important results. Key among those is the research into the feasibility of actually putting a wheelchair space on the airplane. I think it's something that we always knew was possible, but it's also something that government and industry needed hard data and facts on to justify moving forward with any action.
That's the most crucial part of this whole effort, and that's why I'm very appreciative of the work that All Wheels Up is doing, because this requires collective effort of the whole industry. It's not just one person standing alone.
They don't know how to deal with our situations, and so this is, I don't know if you can hit full screen on that, but this is what I go through where I jump up on a table and I try to show them it's easier to, frisk me and do all those kind of things, and the stuff I have to go through because I'm in a wheelchair. And then once I get through security and get all of that, inevitably the airlines ignore it, saying I don't need an aisle chair, I don't need this, and half the time you get 5 people that show up that didn't listen to you or didn't communicate it, and it gets awkward, it gets embarrassing.
I'm so proud to be here. I actually was sort of reflecting yesterday as we were all having conversations and getting to know each other, and if you are trying to solve this problem, this is the room that you want to be in.
I just went on an hour and 45-minute flight up to Portland, and it gave me stage 2 pressure ulcers on my butt because I was sitting on a seat, and I didn't know what was happening to me at the time, but I was flushing and sweating and getting completely soaked in my upper body, And that was my body telling me, hey, you're getting a pressure ulcer right now. I just didn't know because I couldn't feel it.
I knew there was a problem. I've been flying for many years, but I never saw someone working on trying to fix it. And just to have someone put a voice to the problem meant the world, and meant that there's a chance that someday we won't have to put up with this.